Okay, so summer vacation. It's this thing, right? You see everyone on Instagram frolicking on beaches in, I don't know, Italy or something, and their kids are perfectly behaved and wearing matching linen outfits. And you're just sitting there, scrolling, probably with 3-day-old coffee stains on your shirt, thinking, wow, must be nice to have money. Because let's be real, taking the whole family anywhere these days feels like it requires a second mortgage or selling a kidney, maybe both. It's literally insane how much everything costs. And you just accept that vacations are for rich people or influencers who get everything for free. But what if I told you that's total BS? Seriously though, think you can't afford a summer vacation with kids? Is that the narrative you've just accepted in your head? Oh, we're a one vacation every 5 years kind of family, or maybe we'll just go to the local pool again. And look, the local pool is fine, it has its moments, I guess. But what if you're craving an actual holiday? A change of scenery that doesn't involve staring at the same 4 walls of your house or the same cracked pavement on your street? What if you want memories? Actual core memories, not just another Tuesday. It feels impossible. I know, I've been there, staring at my bank account like it's going to magically multiply. But hold on, because we're about to dive into this. Because plot twist, you can do it. Yes, even if your budget is, SpaghettiOs for dinner again tight. We're not talking about 5-star resorts with personal butlers who fan you with palm leaves, obviously. Let's be realistic here, people. We're talking about a budget. A budget that acknowledges that kids need snacks every 7 minutes and that gas prices are a personal attack on our wallets. We're going to get creative, we're going to get a little scrappy, and we're going to figure out how to make an amazing family vacation happen without having a full-blown financial meltdown. It's a challenge, but I'm weirdly excited about it. So buckle up. Or I don't know, grab a Chamberlain coffee because we're about to unpack all the secrets. This isn't going to be one of those just manifest a free trip videos because while I love a good manifestation moment, we also need actual practical steps. We're going to talk about real strategies, real places, and real ways to save money so you can actually enjoy yourself and not spend the whole time stressing about how much everything costs. Think of me as your slightly chaotic but well-meaning guide to not losing your mind your savings. Let's do this, people. Let's plan a freaking vacation. Theme parks are fun but expensive and chaotic. State parks offer fresh air, space, and nature. They're budget-friendly and relaxing. Let kids be kids and explore. State parks are the ultimate budget adventure. What can you actually do in these magical, budget-friendly state parks? A lot, actually. Rent charming cabins, way more affordable than sterile hotel rooms. Imagine drinking coffee on a porch, listening to birds. Very Gilmore Girls, but on a budget. Cook your own meals, major money saver. No more overpriced chicken nuggets. Enjoy hiking, swimming, and wildlife. Trails for all levels, even toddlers. Free entertainment and exercise. Spot deer, squirrels, cool birds. Kids love it, way better than sweaty costumes. They'll pass out the second their heads hit the pillow. Actual quiet time for you in the evening. The ultimate parenting hack, thanks to good old-fashioned nature. Drive, don't fly. Next up on our How to Not Go Broke on Vacation tour transportation. Flying with a family is expensive and stressful. So what's the alternative? Driving. Even with gas prices, it's cheaper. Plus, you can pack whatever you want. It's like Freedom on Wheels Budget Edition. Okay, so we've established that driving is cheaper, but how do you make the actual road trip part not a total misery? Because let's be real, long car rides with kids can be a challenge. The "are we there yet's?" The "I'm bored's," the "he's touching me." It can test the patience of a saint. But it doesn't have to be awful. You can actually make the road trip part of the adventure. It's all about mindset and preparation, you know? It's like if you go into it expecting the worst, it'll probably be the worst. But if you try to make it fun, maybe it will be. First things first, snacks. This is non-negotiable. You need an arsenal of snacks, all kinds of snacks. Healthy snacks, junky snacks, surprise snacks. Pack more snacks than you think you could possibly ever need because you'll need them. And drinks too. Having a little cooler packed with everyone's favorites can be a lifesaver. It prevents a million stops for overpriced gas station snacks, and it keeps everyone relatively happy and quiet. At least for a little while. Hunger is the enemy of a peaceful car ride, so defeat it with an overwhelming supply of goldfish crackers. Next up, entertainment. This is where a little bit of planning goes a long way. Create an epic road trip playlist. Get everyone involved, let the kids pick some songs, even if they're super annoying. It's their vacation too, I guess. Download a bunch of podcasts or audiobooks, and then, for the kids, tablets with games and movies are a godsend, obviously. But also don't forget about old school stuff. Coloring books, activity pads, those travel bingo games. Anything to break up the monotony and keep their little brains occupied. And finally, embrace the journey. Don't just try to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. Build in some fun stops along the way. Maybe there's a quirky roadside attraction, or a cool park, or a place with giant ice cream cones. Make those little detours part of the fun. Let the kids stretch their legs, run around a bit. It makes the whole thing feel less like an endurance test and more like, an actual part of the vacation. Because sometimes the journey itself can be just as memorable as the destination, especially if you have enough snacks and a good playlist. Try camping or KOA cabins. Okay, so camping. I know, for some of you, that word probably conjures up images of spiders and uncomfortable sleeping bags and maybe a bear trying to steal your snacks. And valid. Totally valid. But hear me out, okay? Because camping, when you actually like it, can be legit amazing, especially for your wallet, which, let's be real, is always a good thing. It's not about being a hardcore survivalist. It's about fresh air and trees and not spending $1 bajillion on a hotel room where you just sleep anyway. It's a vibe, you guys, a very specific, very cool, very cheap vibe. And the fun part, oh my god, the fun part is actually so much better than you think. Imagine this, you're around a campfire, right? You've got s'mores, and if you don't like s'mores, I don't know if we can be friends, just kidding. Mostly. But seriously, gooey marshmallows, melty chocolate, the whole deal. You're telling stories or maybe just staring into the fire because it's weirdly mesmerizing. The kids are actually tired from running around all day instead of being glued to their screens. It's this forced digital detox that we all secretly need, It's a different kind of luxury, the luxury of simplicity and being present. Now let's talk about the moolah, the cash, the dollar bills, y'all, because this is where camping, truly shines. You can find campsites for $20 or $30 a night. Compare that to a hotel. It's not even in the same universe cost-wise. And I know what you're thinking. But Emma, what about all the gear? Tents, sleeping bags, a tiny little stove. And yeah, okay, there's that. But you can borrow stuff from friends who are already into it. Or check out Facebook Marketplace or thrift stores for secondhand gear. You don't need top-of-the-line expedition stuff for a family weekend, trust me. And if the whole tent thing is still a little too much, a little too, for you, there's this amazing middle ground KOA cabins or similar cabin situations at other campgrounds. It's like camping light. You get a bed, often a little porch, maybe even a mini fridge, but you're still in that nature-y campground atmosphere. It's the perfect entry point if you're a camping newbie or if you just appreciate a solid wall between you and the aforementioned potential snack-stealing bears. It still has that rustic charm and is way cheaper than a traditional hotel, so it's a win-win. Alright, so maybe sleeping on the ground, even in a fancy KOA cabin, isn't quite your jam. And that's totally okay. No judgment here. But we're still on this budget-friendly vacation train, right? So my next obsession for saving money while still having an amazing time is the Airbnb kitchen. Not just any Airbnb, but specifically one with a kitchen. This, my friends, is like a game changer. It's the secret weapon you didn't know you needed. Because, let's be honest, eating out for every single meal with a family, that adds up so fast. It's 1 minute you're ordering pancakes and the next you've spent your entire vacation budget on syrup. Think about it. Breakfast alone. If you're buying breakfast for, say, 4 people every morning at a restaurant or even a coffee shop, that's easily 40 or 50 bucks a day, maybe more. But with a kitchen, you can buy a box of cereal, some fruit, eggs, whatever, for like a fraction of that, and it lasts for days. Same with lunches. Pack sandwiches, snacks, drinks before you head out for your adventures. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about being smart. And honestly, sometimes a homemade sandwich just hits different when you're on a hike, you know? And it's not just about the savings, though, that's a huge part of it. It's also about the experience. There's something kind of cozy and fun about making breakfast together in a new place, or having a casual dinner in your PJs after a long day of exploring. It makes the Airbnb feel more like a home away from home, not just a sterile hotel room. You can try out local ingredients if you're feeling adventurous, or just stick to your family's favorites. It takes the pressure off having to find a kid-friendly restaurant for every single meal, which, as any parent knows, can be its own special kind of stress. So when you're scrolling through Airbnb, make sure that kitchen filter is your best friend. Read the reviews to see what other people say about the kitchen amenities. Is it well stocked? Is there a decent-sized fridge? You don't need a gourmet chef's kitchen, obviously, just something functional. Plan some simple meals. Pasta one night, tacos another. It doesn't have to be complicated. The goal is to save money so you can spend it on actual fun experiences. Not just overpriced tourist trap food, it's a strategy. A delicious money-saving strategy. Okay, so we've talked about where to stay on a budget. Camping, Airbnbs with kitchens, all that good stuff. But what about what you actually do on vacation? Because activities can get expensive real fast. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that a fun family vacation means dropping hundreds of dollars on theme park tickets or fancy guided tours. But I'm here to tell you, and this is a major life hack, that so many cities and towns are bursting with free stuff to do. You just have to know where to look. It's like a secret menu of fun, and it costs $0. Let's start with one of my personal favorite underrated gems, the public library. I know, you're thinking, Emma, libraries are for shushing and old books. And yeah, okay, they have those things which are cool in their own right. But so many libraries these days offer so much more. We're talking free passes to local museums, science centers even, state parks sometimes. It's insane. You just use your library card and suddenly you have access to all these cool places that would normally cost a decent chunk of change. It's like they're just giving away fun. And then there are the classics, the things that are specifically designed for kid-centric fun and are often free. I'm talking about awesome playgrounds, not just a sad old swing set, but really cool, imaginative playgrounds. Splash pads in the summer? Oh my God, a total lifesaver. Kids can spend hours at a good splash pad, and it costs absolutely nothing. And don't forget about local kids' museums. Some have free admission days or evenings, or, like I said, you might be able to snag a pass from the library. It's about finding those pockets of joy that don't require you to remortgage your house. Beyond the kid-specific stuff, so many communities have free outdoor concerts in the park during the summer, or local festivals, farmers markets with fun samples and people watching. These things have such a good vibe, you know? It's a great way to feel the pulse of a place and see how the locals live. You just need to tap into that local scene, check the town's website or the local community center. There's usually a calendar of events. The point is, adventure doesn't always have a price tag, and sometimes the best memories come from the simplest, freest experiences. So, I've hinted at this, but the key to unlocking all this free fun is, you guessed it, our good old friend Google, or whatever search engine you use. I'm not biased. But seriously, a little bit of strategic online sleuthing can go a long way. You can't just expect these free activities to magically appear on your doorstep, as much as we'd all love that. You gotta put in a tiny bit of effort, be a little internet detective. But trust me, the payoff is huge, more fun, less spending. It's the ultimate vacation equation. So, what exactly are you Googling? Well, it's pretty straightforward, but you can get creative. Start with the basics. free family activities in city name, or free things to do with kids in city name this weekend. Get specific with dates if you can. You can also search for parks with playgrounds near your accommodation address or free museum days. Think about what your family enjoys. If you like hiking, search for easy hiking trails free in city name. If you like music, free outdoor concerts. The more specific you are, the better your results will be usually. And don't just stop at Google. There are so many other online resources. Local parenting blogs are gold mines for this kind of information. They're usually run by parents who are actively seeking out these deals and activities for their own families. Community Facebook groups can also be amazing. Just search for groups related to the town or area you're visiting. People are always posting about local events and hidden gems. And don't forget the official city or county parks and recreation websites or the local visitor center website. They often have event calendars and lists of free attractions. Honestly, there's a weird sense of satisfaction when you find something super cool to do and it costs absolutely nothing. You feel like you've hacked the system. You're this savvy traveler who knows all the secrets. And it's not even a secret, it's just information that's out there waiting to be found. So embrace your inner internet sleuth, do a little digging before your trip, or even when you're there and have some downtime. You'll be amazed at what you can uncover, and your wallet will literally thank you. Alright, let's talk timing because you go on vacation can make a massive difference to your budget and honestly, your sanity. We're all conditioned to think that vacations happen on weekends, right? Friday to Sunday, that's the slot. But here's a little secret. The midweek is where the magic happens. I'm talking Tuesday to Thursday or Monday to Wednesday. It sounds a bit weird, maybe a bit, how does that even work? But trust me on this. Avoiding those peak weekend prices is one of the easiest ways to save a ton of money. Think about it. Hotels, Airbnbs, even some attractions. They all jack up their prices for Friday and Saturday nights because that's when demand is highest. But come Sunday evening or Monday morning, those prices often plummet. We're talking potentially hundreds of dollars in savings, especially if you're staying for a few nights. And it's not just about the money, you guys. It's also about the crowds, or the beautiful lack thereof. Popular spots that are totally swamped and chaotic on a Saturday can be pleasantly calm and enjoyable on a Wednesday. You actually have space to breathe and see things. And I get it. Taking time off midweek can be tricky with work schedules and school for the kids, but sometimes it's more doable than you think. Maybe you can swing a long weekend that starts on a Thursday instead of a Friday, or a mini break that's just a Tuesday and Wednesday night. Even 2 nights away midweek can feel like such a significant reset for the whole family. It's like a little escape hatch from the routine. You come back feeling refreshed, and you didn't have to battle the weekend warriors or empty your entire bank account to do it. It's about being a little bit flexible, a little bit strategic. Look at your calendar. Look at the school calendar, if that's a factor, and see if there are any little pockets of opportunity for a midweek getaway. Sometimes, even if the kids miss one day of school for a really cool, affordable family experience, it can be totally worth it. Obviously, use your judgment on that one. The main takeaway here is that the weekend isn't the only time to have fun. The midweek is this untapped resource of cheaper, quieter, and often more relaxing vacation potential. So, we've covered midweek travel, which is amazing. But let's take it a step further and talk about the gloriousness that is off-season or shoulder season travel. This is when you visit a destination not during its absolute peak popular time. So, for a beach town, that might mean going in May or September instead of July or August. For a ski resort, maybe it's late March or early April instead of Christmas week. It's about zigging when everyone else is zagging, you know? And the benefits? Oh my God, they are plentiful. First and foremost, the cost savings. This is a huge one. Flights can be dramatically cheaper. Accommodation rates can drop significantly. Even some activities and restaurants might offer off-season discounts. You're essentially getting the same destination, the same core experience, but for a fraction of the peak season price. It feels like you're getting away with something, like you've discovered a secret sale on travel. And who doesn't love a good sale? Especially when it involves palm trees or mountain views. It just makes the whole trip feel even sweeter. But it's not just about the money, even though that's a super compelling reason. Traveling off-season often means you get to experience a place in a more authentic way. There are fewer tourists, so you're not constantly surrounded by huge crowds. You can get a better sense of the local vibe, interact more with actual residents, The weather might be different, sure, but sometimes that's a good thing. Maybe it's pleasantly cool instead of scorching hot, or you get to see beautiful fall foliage instead of just green leaves. It's a different kind of beauty, a different kind of adventure. And remember that whole thing about even a 2-night trip feeling like a full reset? That is especially true if you can snag an off-season or midweek deal. You can have this amazing little getaway, feel completely refreshed and rejuvenated, and you didn't have to spend a fortune or deal with insane crowds. It's about being smart with your timing and your budget. So before you book that prime-time summer vacation, just take a peek at the prices and possibilities for the shoulder seasons. You might be surprised at what you find, and your future, less stressed, more money in the bank self will thank you. Okay, so I've shared my best budget travel hacks, but I'm just one person. The collective brainpower of everyone watching is a million times more powerful. You guys probably have next-level tips I haven't even dreamed of. Let's pool our genius and become unstoppable budget travel warriors. It's like a knowledge potluck, and everyone brings their tastiest, money-saving dish. Maybe you found a bakery in rural Montana with amazing cheap pastries, or mastered finding obscure discount codes for local attractions. These little nuggets of wisdom add up. It's not always about massive financial decisions. Sometimes it's the small tips that make a difference. Sharing is caring, and it makes you a low-key hero. Creating picture-perfect family memories without breaking the bank is an extreme sport. If you've cracked the code on entertaining kids in the car, you're a wizard. Other aspiring wizards need to hear your spells. I'm genuinely super nosy. I really want to know your brilliant schemes. I've shown you my planning process, now I want to see yours. Maybe you have a packing system that defies the laws of physics. So, spill the tea or the budget-friendly lemonade recipe. The comment section is now our virtual brainstorming session. So, please don't be shy, okay? Every single cent counts when you're trying to stretch that vacation fund. Think of the comment section below as this giant, amazing suggestion box. Your tip could literally be the star of a future video. The more brilliant ideas we have circulating in this little community, the more amazing, affordable, and actually enjoyable family vacations can happen. Let's make it happen, team. Let the comment floodgates open. Okay, so if you've made it this far, major props to you. If you're digging this vibe, consider sticking around with us here on Raising Stars. We're building a community of people making awesome memories. Think of us as your well-meaning older cousin who's made all the rookie travel mistakes. We're constantly brainstorming new ideas and researching destinations. It's a labor of love and organized chaos. Follow Raising Stars for fresh ideas, travel inspiration, and relatable moments. Who knows, maybe you'll see your own genius comment tip get a shout out. It's all interconnected like a beautiful, budget-friendly web of family travel goodness. So what does following or subscribing actually mean for you in practical terms? You won't miss out on our new videos packed with genius ideas for your next family adventure. It's like setting an automatic reminder for awesome content. Let the algorithm be your helpful assistant. Get regular doses of travel inspiration delivered straight to you. Destination ideas and actionable tips for all kinds of trips. Whether it's a beach vacation or a city break, we've got you covered. So hit that subscribe button and maybe tap the notification bell. It's free, easy, and helps us keep making content for you. Come join the Raising Stars fam. We'd love to have you. All right, you guys, that wraps up my thoughts on planning a summer family vacation. We covered budgeting, state parks, road trips, camping, and the magic of KOA cabins. Remember, free stuff is your best friend. Share your budget tips in the comments and follow Raising Stars. Planning family adventures is a lot, but it's worth it. You got this.